I think over there, the problem is that Tony tries to make everybody happy. You cannot do that, bro, in professional wrestling. Absolutely not. Because everybody thinks, EC3 will tell you, everybody thinks they should be the top guy. And, bro, if you don't think you should be the top guy, you shouldn't be in the business.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for another episode of the Wrestling Outlaws. It looks like we're in the saloon in the middle of an incident, shooting in the saloon, ladies and gentlemen, with the Wrestling Outlaws, probably doing some target practice about the topics that we're going to talk about on tonight. The first one, before we get into the first one, we got the Outlaw EC3. We got Vince Russo. Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely. The Wrestling Outlaws doing some target practice. The first target practice topic tonight is the All-American, American Jack Swagger, Jake Hager, has retired from wrestling. So you worked in the WWE when Swagger was still there, EC3, right?
Yeah.
How was it working with Swagger? And what do you think about his overall career? A couple failed attempts to be, as far as booking attempts, a couple failed booking attempts to make him a main event star, won the Money in the Bank, cashed it in on Jericho, I believe, on a taped episode of SmackDown. And then they had him go win an Elimination Chamber randomly one year and have a world title match as well. He was unsuccessful there. And, you know, of course, the Real Americans, the U.S. title run, they just had him go up and down. I think one year he teamed up at a WrestleMania pre-show with Mark Henry randomly. And so just a lot of trial and error with Jack Swagger. And then Jake Hager, you know, the whole purple hat thing was a way to make himself over, which worked, but he was just kind of placed. It just kind of reached the ceiling when he's just kind of thrown in factions throughout his AEW career. Just didn't really see much growth there. What are your thoughts overall on Jack Swagger's career, and how was it like working with him?
You know, Jack, I don't think we've ever touched. And when I say that, I mean as far as like been in a wrestling scenario where there was physical contact made. Working with him, around him, he's a cool dude to chat with. He was very cool. Like, I hate to just use the word cool, but he was cool and enjoyed, you know, friendly brother banter off and on. The run's interesting. Like, first, kudos for going out on your terms if he's retiring. I don't know if he was like doing some MMA stuff too, right? So I'm not sure if
he had a few, like 3 or 4 MMA fights.
Yeah. Like he's a badass dude. I mean, a shooter, if you will. You could talk about like the ups and the downs and sort of the inconsistencies in the booking, but I think one thing that never was inconsistent was his work. He's very, very, very good. He's very, very believable. He's very, very realistic because he's a real badass dude. It's hard to ever say anything as like, oh, well, he could have been more. I mean, dude was a world champion, right? And like, that's a lot. Not a lot of people get to say that. And he was in the industry for a very long time. He probably did. I know he did very financially well. I think he had a good run. And I think you wonder if like the creative process in WWE or in AEW, like, opened him up or allowed him to be himself more or something more confident. Because when you get those starts and stops, no matter how talented you are and how physically gifted you are and how badass you are, the confidence it takes to like never feel like anything's really behind you can kind of wane on you and lull. And, you know, that's just the way the creative business wrestling has sometimes, where it's just unfortunately very inconsistent. And instead of like finding what you should be It's finding out, and this is what I try to do, and I think this is what works the best, allowing you to be who you are, the best that you can be. And I don't think he maybe had that opportunity as much. Stuff with Dutch, you know, the All-American, right? Was
the real American.
Was it the real or was it the all? You might be right. The all real American.
Yeah. Or All American.
It was fun. It was heat, dude.
All American. The All American. Yeah, it was All American.
Like alliteration. So I think he had a very good run and very successful career, and I wish him the best. I didn't see much of the AEW stuff, but again, like 6'6", legit stud athlete. Heaven forbid they have like matches where they physically dominate the people they should, and instead it's sort of like, you know, a floor routine or 50-50 fake fighting. But I digress. Jack is cool.
The Real Americans was the tag team, though, right? With him and Cesaro. Yeah.
And the Un-Americans, Lance Storm and Test.
That's right, man. Absolutely. A lot of American references in WWE. To EC3's point, Vince, I was thinking about it as he was talking, and you know, we talk about start stops a lot, you and I, on our other shows. And if you take that from just a real world business perspective, Vince, if you were working at some IT company, and I'm the manager of the IT company, I'm like, hey, Vince, I want to give you a promotion, man.
Oh, sweet.
And you're like, oh, that's wonderful, man. And you tell your family, and you start making some reservations to potentially, spruce up the patio on your house, or upgrade your car, or
get your gutters cleaned finally.
Get your gutters cleaned, man. Give your start a really nice college fund, for your kids. And then, 3 months later, like, hey, man, we're actually going to pull the rug on that promotion. You're like, what? And then 2 months later, they're like, hey, Vince, guess what? We're going to give the promotion again. And you're like, oh, okay, the gutters. And then a month later, they're like, hey, guess what, Vince? We're going to pull the rug on the promotion again. And that's the start-stop type of philosophy that I can think about when it comes to real-world perspective.
Yeah, you're never going to get anybody over that way, bro. We talk about it all the time. The most important thing in getting somebody over is that they're have a presence on TV every single week. That is the number one most important thing. And I got to tell you, bro, I didn't see a lot of his run at WWE, but bro, I watched like the first year and a half of AEW. I actually did. I watched Dynamite for like a year and a half. And, bro, I think he was faced with a different problem over there, because I think over there the problem is that Tony tries to make everybody happy. You cannot do that, bro, in professional wrestling. Absolutely not. Because everybody thinks, EC3 will tell you, everybody thinks they should be the top guy. And bro, if you don't think you should be the top guy, you shouldn't be in the business. But the bottom line is everybody thinks they're the top guy, and there can only be one top guy. And so he had inconsistent booking at AEW, Chris, for different reasons. Because again, Tony trying to appease everybody, that means, this week I win, next week I lose, this week I win, next week I lose. Bro, you're just not going to get anybody over that way, man. You're just not.
Yeah. They had him come in as a shooter, man.
With Jericho, right?
Yeah. He even had a small program with Moxley in the beginning that led to a title match, if I recall correctly. So they brought him in as a shooter, and but again, to your point, I mean, they just making everybody happy, man. Yep. If you make everybody happy, you make nobody happy.
Yep.
Because they conflict with each other. This person wants to be happy, and that's the expense of the other person happy. But now you want to make them happy, and it's at the expense of the other person being happy.
Yep.
So there's good little hands. And if you're bringing in Jake Hager as a shooter and as a main event talent, keep them there. I mean, if you see money in them, see money in them instead of just bringing them down to mid-card level and 50-50, just like everybody else. So, I definitely think that there was so much untapped potential as far as just what they saw in Hager. A lot of times, and I mentioned in this part of how y'all feel about this too. I'll go to you, EC3, as far as, because you've seen the majority of his WWE career. A lot of times people, like, his biggest critique was his promo work. Do you think that stifled him at all?
Maybe in the back-ass WWE logic where everybody has to be a certain way, but I think he was very capable of having a conversation and telling a story with his mouth and words. Maybe there was a hit on it because it wasn't dynamic or super exciting, but at the same time, dude, you give guys material and you write it out for them. If you don't know who they are, how they speak, what makes them tick, you're handing them, word salad. I want to say bulge, but so the promos would probably have strength if they were authentic. If he's speaking from a place of reality and authenticity, then I bet they would be pretty good, because when I have conversations with the man, they were engaging and, they had a point. So it's a weird critique that WWE had in the past. I don't know if they still now, but he can't really talk. Well, what is he talking about? And why is he talking? Because sometimes you have to give somebody something to talk about.
Yeah. Which is the reason why managers are important. I mean, couldn't everybody cut a promo back in the 80s? I mean, you don't just give Andre the Giant a mic and say, here you go. Go ahead and cut a 5-minute promo to start off WWE Superstars in the middle of the ring. Just you and the fans, go. You know what I mean? Like that. It doesn't work.
Here, Andre, here's your script. And
exactly.
Look at it and go. Or he'd go, well, I wouldn't say this. And they'd be like, we can't change it. No, Andre would be like,
right. Yeah. Right. Down one of his 100 and some odd beers that he would do. So, I mean, when it comes, a lot of times people would say the times has changed, but I mean, does it mean that you still, if the time has changed, do you just mess up people's characters if you know that they're not talking? You have to accentuate the positives. So that's with any character. You have to accentuate the positives. And
it seems very political. Just let him rant.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he got canceled for being political in social medias, right? So hey,
go talk about woke culture for.
There you go. Yeah, I'm sure. He'll have passion in that, man. He'll come off as authentic, and that type of stuff that catches on people, man. So, best wishes to Jake Hager, or AKA Jack Swagger, man. Best wishes to him.